Hey, what's up guys, back with another video. It is finally 2018, finally 2018. I did a lot in 2017, but I'm gonna do even more 2018, starting with this video. This is gonna be a different video. This is not gonna be like vlog type of video. It's gonna be more of a tutorial video. I mean, you probably saw like on the title of the video, it's gonna be like how I edit my pictures. One of the most commonly asked questions I get on my Instagram is like, Tito, how do you edit your pictures? I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that today. You know, this is one of my biggest secrets. I've never really told people how I edit the picture because it's like, it's not as simple as just going out and shooting like out in the street and be like click click and you just get like that kind of edit. There's actually some tips I want to point out about how to achieve this look. First, the most important thing is time of the day. So you want to shoot during the day, you know, like just when there's sunlight. Make sure there's enough sunlight so you know you can get your subject, you can get the background, all of it, to you know have that nice rich white look. But that brings me to my second point, location. Location is very important when you're trying to do this edit. You gotta focus a lot on the architecture that you're surrounded by. If it's like a location that has a bunch of red brick walls, it's gonna be very hard to edit. But if you have like a location that has a bunch of nice white architecture, like you know, nice white walls, you know, all these nice shapes, you know, I don't know that much about architecture, but then you're good. It's gonna be easy edit. But yeah, but besides that, let's get into the edit now. So what we're gonna try to do is turn this into this. All right, so first, oh yeah, by the way, make sure you guys are shooting raw when you do these so that you're able to edit more, you have more detail to edit. So this is actually the way I start. So this is like with almost all my edits, I always start with my curves right here, with my tone curves. So actually go to your red. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna do like a small little kind of, you're just gonna do like a small S. So just put points right here. This is how I always start. Just put like D right there. See how it's looking kind of pinkish? Then you go with your green. By the way, these right here are your shadows and these right here are your highlights. So like if you went all the way down, you see how the purple's going up like that? Just make sure you go a little bit down and a little bit up. Just like a little slight little S. And then with blue. Blue is what's gonna really make it white. You go down and then up here in the highlights, because basically almost this whole thing is just a big old highlight, just a bunch of brightness. Now go here. See now, see when I increase, see how it's like if I go all the way up, it's a bit too blue. Just kind of play around with it. Way too much. It's like right there, it's good. Yeah, I mean just from that, just a little bit of difference. See, like, see that you already kind of made this white. That was like super quick, but that's not enough. Now you go back to your RGB. Don't mess with that yet. So okay, now we can actually mess around with the exposure. Since I already shot, like I told you guys, I shot like in a place that it's like, you see this is like already white, this thing's white, so it's already easier to edit. So now I'm actually gonna increase the exposure to like, hey, let's do 78. That's what I usually always go to. That's what I usually go to, 78. Oh, come on. And then contrast, I always like to go 24 with that. See, like now that's a bit too bright, so now you just lower your highlights. See that difference? Crazy. For highlights, just go like -98, I guess, something like that. Shadows, actually shadows I might go like up 7 or something like that. For whites, yeah, also whites. So if you go, that's too white, so you want to go down. -60, I guess. Oh, and vibrance. I don't know why, but I just like to go -10. I mean, like, because if you go, see, if you go all the way like that, it's black and gray. But if you go over here, it's too saturated, so I always go -10. We're gonna do this, we're gonna mess with this later. Now you can mess around with your saturation. So reds. Actually, before you mess around with this, I actually like to go and start off with your camera calibrations. This is like very important to like change the color of the edit. So see, let's see if you go down. It's here. Let's do -2 on this. For hue, see how like this is too purple, this is too, you don't want to go all the way up like that, because you know, you don't want her to make it like, you don't want her to look like Shrek or anything. So you just go like go to 18, and now when you change saturation, look at this. See, now it looks more like her skin color. For green, and this, just put -5. 25. So every time I do my edits, I always keep this the same. This is always the same, and my tone curves are always the same too. You can now go to your red. So when you're doing this kind of edit, skin color is really hard to edit. I usually go around like -20s, like -28 or something like that. Okay, let's go oranges. This is gonna be her skin tone. Yellow. So see this is like mostly the yellow part, right? You don't want that, you want it to be white, so you actually go -10. So with most of these colors, so like green, there's not a lot of green here. I usually don't like going to -100, just go like 88, because if you go, so like show you an example, like blues, if you go all the way down with these, it's gonna start to look more kind of grayish instead of white, and you don't want that. You want it to look white, not gray. Make sure you don't go all the way down with these colors. Now aqua, I like to go -80, not all the way down, and then this is like -80 also. See, now that you're messing around with the blues, split toning. Ooh, this right here is a lifesaver. This is my most important tool to creating that white kind of edit. So see how right now like this is looking kind of warm, it has like an orange type of feel to it. So I usually go for 223. This is gonna be like magic. Ready for this? Wow. Wait, I mean, it wasn't much of a change, but if you go all the way up, it's gonna be blue. But here, let's see, let's do 10. So a little tip, you can change the color of this. You can go like black, dark gray, just right click. When you're doing this edit, make sure you use white so you can compare it to something. Because I mean, I've done this before, and like, you know, it looks white, and then once you like check on your Instagram, it's like, what, -10 seems to be alright. Maybe it's a bit too blue. 9, I think 9 is good. So purple, magenta, like, is usually, you see that on the edges of objects. Here, see that right here? That's purple, so you can, I usually always lower it. I don't want that. And then luminance. Luminance is also very important when trying to achieve this look. So example, the blues, like there's a lot of blue here, but you just don't see it. But look at this, see that? I'll probably do like 10, not too much. Also her skin tone, I can probably, looks a bit too overexposed, so maybe, actually, that's good. Oh, yellow, you might want to increase that too. See that? Look at the floor. Oh, now this is my preference, but I like to, on the tone curve, I like to actually add a little bit of fade to my pictures. So make sure you don't look, so you see this, make sure you don't pass this one, because like you don't want to crush your blacks too much. Like what, this is crazy, it looks weird. So just make sure you don't pass like this point right here. And a lot of people will say that you can just change your temperature to make it more of this tone or this color, but you can actually, but I don't like how it desaturates the skin tone like that. So I always keep this the same, and instead of making the temperature cooler, I just mess around with the highlights or the hues over here. But honestly, I think that's it. Yeah, let's check that out. Yeah, that's it. So here's the before and after. You can always like tweak it a little bit more if you want to. So like that might be a bit too blue right here, so you might want to go to 8 instead. That's pretty much how I do the edit. So just make sure, like when I do my edits, I always keep these the same, the tone curves, and I always keep this the same. But what changes a lot, and it varies on different kind of pictures, is, you know, the basics right here, and then the colors. That's all you have to change afterwards. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This is my first time doing this, so you know. But if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, give a comment. Oh, and if you guys use this edit, make sure you guys tag me on Instagram, so you know, so that I know that you guys used my tutorial to, like, you know, learn a little bit of editing. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.